It is March 25th, 2022. I was hearing people say military around the room, and the same black male is out there with the sweater he had on the first day when he came and sat next to my window, was saying, "Have a good one, Court Martial, Naval Academy," as I was reading astrology. And so what I was saying before is March 25th, 2022, Islam Sheikh Dwayne Baffa-Bay, my Moorish American Nation, is that when you have reoccurrence of things, of experiences and a connection, then I don't never believe in coincidence, but there's no such thing as a coincidence. And so many times when I experience odd experiences, the United States Navy or Army is somewhere close by or in the facility. For example, when I posted this video about a week ago, it's an old video of a black male cursing on the bus, and I said usually after someone gets on the bus with a shirt that says Navy, like that the guy at Extended Stay, he had on a sweater that had USNA, and then up under it had the N for Navy. All of a sudden, when I would ride the bus in Annapolis, some of the blacks, predominantly blacks, would start saying words in a violent manner after the person would get off the bus. So a person would get on the bus with a shirt that says Navy, go to a next stop or a couple stops, for example, get off the bus, and then the blacks, predominantly like a signal, would start using violent terms. And so I posted this maybe a week ago on my break at Burger King, and when I went back on from my break, this black male with the MIL license plate, which stands for Navy, came. I mean, it's like he flew in the parking lot, and walked really fast in, and as I was taking this order, and he looked like he was about early 50s, maybe late 40s. He didn't look like he was out of shape. He looked like he was in shape. He had the MIL license plate. And as I was taking his order, it's like when he walked up, he said "brother" in a angry way, because like I said, I had posted about the black male saying that's what it sounded like, definitely what he said, like many times I've heard. And as I was taking this order, I started experiencing 4 sharp pains around my upper body. I'm not accusing him of sending 4 sharp pains, but this is what I experienced. So I posted the video of the black male on the bus, and I stated how those would get on the Navy with a Navy shirt on, and it's like when they got off the bus, maybe go up a stop or two, like a signal, the blacks, or predominantly, would start using violent, odd terms, loud. And I gave an example because I recorded that time. And then I went back on break. I went back from break, clocked in, and when I clocked in, the guy pulled into the parking lot really fast with an MIL license plate. He looked like he was really in shape. He walked really fast inside, maybe late 40s, early 50s. And it sounded like he said "brother." He was a black male. And I just started taking this order. It seemed like something he was, you know how you trying to restrain yourself? that's exactly how his disposition was. Like he was trying to restrain himself. And I was experiencing 4 sharp pains in my upper body at Burger King while I was taking this order. And I'm not accusing him, because I always give testimony of unclean spirits able to do such things. But I did find it odd that I posted that situation about the blackmail on my break. I come back from break, and literally, if I remember correctly, he was the first customer I took from break, because he came in the parking lot so fast and he walked so fast towards the register. And it's like he said, "Brother," as he was walking towards me. Islam. So, anyway, today is Venus Day. And even that Venus Day, which is Friday, holy day for us as Muslims, I'm walking fast. So even though so the black male, once again, I was hearing maybe like feedback of someone saying military. You know, when you have some form of technology where you can use the science of sound. Okay, there's many forms you can force engage, stalk, so you can rape, possess, and abuse or molest. There's many ways you can do that, and especially if you've been able to do it for a long time. So because of possibly your status of who you are in the jurisdiction that you are in. So if there's a science of sound that can be used to carry a voice, to stalk, to rape, to encourage rape, to send a signal, some form of frequency or vibration, I would think the military would know about it. But the question would be, why would they use such science on a true American citizen who have affirmed and uphold constitutional laws of this landmass? Why would they do such things? I'm not a terrorist like those that they claim, or others. I'm just giving an example. I'm not a terrorist like those that they claim that knocked down the Twin Towers in 9/11. They called them terrorists. They said these were acts of terrorism. That's what the government had labeled 9/11, the 2 Twin Towers. They said they were acts of terrorism. When Building 7 went down, they couldn't explain really why, but it seemed like it was under acts of terrorism. Okay, thanks. And they said that they were foreigners from another country. They said they were extremists of Islam. So why would I just, I'm a Moorish American. I reclaim my nationality, and so did my son, S.U.N., in Arrington-Bey, to get back into the constitutional fold, and we affirm to uphold all true amendments of the Constitution, which includes the 13th Amendment with 20 sections. In Section 19, it says all men are free. True naturalization we have done. So why would I experience such things or such experiences in a city where the military, Navy, and Army are prevalent? That would be the question. And if those who have a lawful mind or just a rational thought process, just a rational thought, would say those are acts of terrorism. That is an act of terrorism. So another thing I remember about the black male that I just saw when he was sitting at my window on Monday, this past Monday I think it was, I remember before I could tell he was saying we need it, or he was saying we need it, like in his expression. And then as he kept talking, if you listen to the video and you hear someone's talking in the video, that's him still talking in the video. And then when I was looking at him, I noticed, because he moved his arms up to cover up the word Navy, the N that represents Navy. So you only can see the USNA. Annapolis, through word of mouth of their own, have a high rate of venereal diseases and viruses, according to those that have conversations about it. Now, I would ask myself why, and such conversations are spoke about and normalized, like if they just speak about it, like, so I'm not from Annapolis, came here last week of May of 2016. And a co-worker that says he is from Annapolis, I remember, I could be wrong, he was speaking with a group of other co-workers about a venereal disease being abundant, or a lot of it, in Annapolis, and simultaneously I felt a full sharp pain in my ankle. And this is, before this, I was experiencing forced dreams of mental rape that I have never experienced before. I experienced this all in Annapolis. And I was saying how after that, some of the African American blacks would literally say he F-U-C-K-U, predominantly was them, and look at me. So they were talking about venereal diseases being abundant in Annapolis, like it was normal. Like it's normal to have a venereal disease virus in reference to sexual transmission. And the person that was speaking about it, his name was Khalid, because I felt the forced sharp pain in my ankle simultaneously as he was speaking about it. I said, ouch. And I spoke my thoughts out loud. I said, trying to figure out where it came from. Just spoke my thoughts out loud. He said, Rhonda, did you say something? I said, I'm not in that conversation. I don't have conversations like that with at Burger King. But also, this is another thing I remember experiencing. I remember maybe a few months after we came here, we were in an extended stay. Once again, this is in 2016. I was sleeping, my genitals were attacked. And these black males that would come in and sit there almost every day, some would be pale skinned, but they would get there early. And this is before I even knew about the Navy and the Army being here as prevalent. And one time, as soon as I walked in the door, one of the black males, maybe, and I could be wrong about the time frame, could have been later on, maybe about 4 months, I'm not sure. But I remember I had documented, thought it was so odd. I've never experienced anything like this. So I didn't know how to articulate mental and spiritual rape. Islam. But as soon as I opened the door to come into work, so I used to have to come in at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., the black male looked at me and said, "She got off." So anyway, I find this interesting. I myself, Imani and I, we try to keep ourselves healthy, venereal disease-free, virus-free. I've been practicing physical celibacy for over 9 years. I've heard people, predominantly black males and females, say something about someone being tight, and they've been waiting for a long time also in the Annapolis, too many times. Or she loved your son. She's scared. Not all that say this are referring are. I don't think it's in connection to what I'm saying, but this is what I've heard. She love your son. That's tight. She's tight. What else? So once again, I find this odd in reference to spiritual and mental abuse. And it's interesting because now I'm going to go to the next thought real quick, because I'm walking. This is my path here. Excuse me. It's just like with the Mexican unclean spirit. I know they were from Mexico. Just seeing these brown skin made me think of brought that thought, because I could tell. I'm pretty sure, I would say 98%. I'm 98% sure. I always leave out. Accent was in the room. Okay? Or it is still speaking around the room. And when my genitals were attacked, or this is after, okay? So this is after the black Negro males and female accents around the room saying, "Brother, I love you." They did it in a begging way, just like that, which have a Spanish accent. As I was walking to work one day, and this is after another incident spiritually and mentally of rape and molestation, this black female and male walking towards me, and then another black male to the right of me said, "That's why it's the bird." The black female sound like, definitely I would say 99.9 I'm going to leave room for doubt that that's what she said. That's why it's the bird. And I was videotaping, seeing feathers on my path away from work to work, and someone yelling bird, or those that look to be mongoloid, brown skin, Mexican from South America, Central America, It could be, they'll drive by and look at me, and then I might hear a black Negro accent say, brother. So how do you prove if there is a way, those that's supposed to uphold freedom and not be used as terrorists by banks and foreign entities or foreign countries, and they have figured out a way to harness and use unclean, filthy, abomination spirits as terrorists, or they have put this in the, I believe that exists, a telepathic code where that telepathic code has transformed DNA. So if a fetus is injected with that telepathic code, and that telepathic code has some form of beast DNA, animal DNA, okay? And so they don't do it just to one, they do it to many. Yet that fetus grows up to be what you would think extra smart or quick compared to those who don't have a telepathic code but have violent tendencies. And are not able to decipher how to behave civilized and what is civilized and what's not civilized. And you have a generation of this. So this is definitely, I know in my thoughts, these are my thoughts, that there are different strands of that telepathic code that was distributed in the population to different ethnicities for a reason, to separate them. And then also we are among those that can control electronics. How are they able to control electronics? They're not from the stars. They're laboratory freaks. They're a laboratory freak. So so when you think of laboratory, someone that's that's created in a laboratory, my thought is, okay, is it going to try to harm me? Is it going to try to place me in bondage because of the ability it can do? How does this lab freak help with the frequency of planet Earth, of organic planet Earth? How does it harmonize in natural law? Okay? That would be my first thought. If there's a thought or reason to create such lab freaks that can control technology. And if the opposite exists, where it cannot harmonize in natural law, because in natural law there's freedom. That means you respect that divine energy of freedom that's in the organic constitution. But yet, if this laboratory freak can only be used in some form of bondage, to place those in bondage, to be used as a slave, then what was the purpose? Then that does not seem ethical and morale of the reason why such experiments were created. And I'm going to stop there because I don't want to be late for work. Islam.